When 22-year-old Nathan Chen won Olympic gold in February, it sparked a moment of reflection.
I think representation is so important, and growing up being able to have characters like Kwan and Kristi Yamaguchi.
Two-time Olympic medalist Kwan soon responded on Facebook, holding her infant daughter Callista.
It could not go to a more well-deserving person, somebody who persevered, who put in the blood, sweat, and tears, all the while representing our sport, Asian Americans, and the entire country so well.
Chen and Kwan are part of what's become known as the Asian American pipeline in figure skating. 4 out of 6 on Team USA are all of Chinese descent. Overall, Americans of Asian heritage dominated at this year's Beijing Olympics, earning 3 out of 8 gold medals for US Olympians. They also faced extra public scrutiny, especially when 2 Chinese Americans chose to compete for China. But for athletes like Chelsea Kung, it's not about who you represent, but what you achieve.
I'm like, at the end of the day, like, this is their choice, like who they represent. And like, why can't we just, celebrate and celebrate greatness at the same time?
Vicky Chun leads the athletic department at Yale, where Chelsea Kung and Nathan Chen are students. Chun has followed Chen's career closely.
He is such a role model that it gives Asians an opportunity to go for their dream.
Chun didn't have her pick of role models when she was a student athlete or an administrator. 10 years ago, she set out to meet one of the only other Asian American college athletic directors in the country, Pat Chun.
And I see his name tag, Pat Chun. I'm like, brother. And he's like, cousin.
Meeting her is like meeting someone that you had actually been friends with probably for 30 years. So that kind of was the early start of what became a fast friendship.
In April of 2021, the two formed 4AAPI, a network to promote and mentor Asian American athletes in college sports and beyond. It launched after a spike in hate crimes against Asian Americans.
We have, student athletes of Asian that are from, that are Asian that worried about their own personal safety. And that's a hard conversation to have, to try to comfort them when they see random acts of violence against people just because of the way they look.
My main friend group is Asian Americans. We were just like shocked. Like at some points, I just didn't even know how to discern like how I should go about life.
With 4AAPI, Asian American athletes now have a collective platform for advocacy. They're not only hitting their peak of athletic achievement, they are finding their voices so that others can follow.
I truly believe when you're young and you see someone hit a pinnacle and they look similar to you, you can relate.
Jessica Stone, VOA News, Washington.